Actually, with Chuckles the Clown tooth marks in them, they might be worth even more.
No, because those were someone else's teeth that I used.
Oh, okay.
You know, the wind-up teeth.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, so
chattery teeth.
Yeah, chatter teeth. But the thing is, the toys broke really easily, and the weapons were lost easily. So to find these things brand new, setting in the package or anything like that, you're creeping anywhere from $80 up for each one of these things.
So your She-Ra was eaten by chattery teeth.
Well, let's leave the eating the She-Ra out on another show that I could be on later on. Let's leave that towards another one of our friends' show. We know who we're talking about right now.
I almost got that air on you, didn't I?
Nope. I was about to say something, but I stopped myself right away because I knew where that was going, George. You got me in trouble last week. We're not going down that route this week.
Me get you in trouble? I have never once in my life tried to get you in trouble.
I think last week was
with ISIS or He-Man or She-Ra or anyone else.
My computer blew up, and I did not put explosives in this thing. That's how much hate mail was inside my inbox.
Oh, what did I do? Remind me. I can't.
No, we are not going down that road again. I promise my listeners, and I keep my promise. I'm evil, but I'm not that evil. We will not go down that route again. We are talking about Masters of the Universe here on Chuckles.
All right, well, on the same subject of Masters of the Universe, let's discuss She-Ra's boobs. Now, I
knew this was going to come.
You knew it had to, right? Because now, if I remember correctly, now He-Man, all the features of a masculine He-Man male were exaggerated extremely, right?
Right.
So why? So that was very unfair. Why wasn't She-Ra likewise exaggerated past the dimensions of a Barbie doll? I mean, you know what I'm saying, just to keep up with He-Man.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think maybe they're trying to keep it on the fundamentally wholesome side of it. I mean, maybe that's why, because it was a kid's toy and the fun. Mattel didn't want to go down that route. I don't know.
I mean, does Mattel make? Actually, yeah. Does Mattel make Barbie dolls?
It does. It does. And
then they should know better. They should know that boobs sell.
Yeah, I don't know why. And yet that show sold as well, because He-Man went for 2 years or 2 seasons, and She-Ra went for another 2 seasons. Now, talking about the toys, this is going to get confusing for you. I never owned any of the She-Ra toys, obviously, because I was a female's toy. And unless my little sister was coming down to play Masters of the Universe time down in the living room, I didn't touch the things. I did date She-Ra for a little bit, but that's when I was lonely and single.
Right.
But that was later on in my life. When I was a kid, I didn't. But the bad guys, the She-Ra, were cooler than the bad guys from He-Man. The Horde. The Hordak, the Leech Man, the aliens. They were really cool. And I believe they marketed those to the men, the little boys. I believe they were sold in He-Man packaging, not She-Ra packaging. So
that's odd.
It is. So I think they knew that they were opening up She-Ra to both sexes, the males and the females, so that they could have an equal opportunity thing. Where He-Man was not so much like that. It had a couple female figures.
So they had that. It was based. So it was that like double standard thing going.
Right.
In other words, She-Ra marketed to girls because she was female, but God forbid we should market male figures to girls.
Right, and I don't know what happened with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If there's pictures of out there with the Masters Hordak figures in the She-Ra packaging, post it up on my site. I want to see those because I haven't been able to find those in my hunt, and every time I do, they're in the He-Man package. So it's not saying they're not, but it's a possibility because the toys themselves, the later on series, we'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to go down and do some music. We'll talk about the series that came out with the movies and was their last bit dipped effort to try to get this thing to, be successful. Now, thinking about looking up Lordy, just by a typo, I found this gentleman up there, and he played in Providence, and he is called the Sad Clown with the Golden Voice. Puddles is doing his version. Puddles, the Pity Party, does his version of the Royals here on Chuckles Crypt, Rhode Island Free Radio. Equal opportunity, folks. We're out there. You see this man, you get a chance to look up him on YouTube, you're going to be shocked. Just listen.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up town, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, gray goose tripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood. That kind of luck just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. My friends and I, we've cracked the code. We count our dollars on the train to the party, and everyone who knows us knows we're fine with this. We didn't come for money, but every song's like gold teeth, gray goose tripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, or tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. Oh, 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 oh. I'm bigger than I ever dreamed, and we'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood. That kind of luck just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule.
Interesting, to say the less. What did you think?
Good stuff. It does. It catches your attention.
Yeah, this was just by mistake, surfing the web and everything. I can't spell, we know that, so I spelt Lordy wrong, and this is what came up.
How did you spell Lordy to get Puddles Pity Party?
I spelt it with an E instead of an I.
L-O-R-D-E got you Puddles Pity Party?
Yeah, it got me. Puddles Pity Party does the Royals. And
As
I'm
if
like,
we didn't know it before. The internet is a bizarre place.
yeah, and when I saw this man, and he's about the height of Tony, he's about 7 feet tall. He comes out in his clown attire there, like myself, and he's definitely got a little bit of evil clown in him, you can tell. And then he starts belching out this amazing voice out of him, something I did not expect. Finally, we have clowns out here that can sing and that are talented and don't go whoop whoop in the mic. Thank you very much, Puddles. Keep up the good work, and we'll keep on promoting your stuff as far as we can in here until you say stop or someone else does, which I won't listen to someone else. So we're coming back, and we're talking about the toys that were back in Masters of the Universe, and we talked about the movie. And we brushed on the comics a little bit, so we're going to talk about the toys that came out for the movie. Mattel released them, and their biggest thing was pushing the new villains, Blade, and the little thing that was a disgusting remake or vile attempt to make Oracle, whatever it was. They put him out in there. And a couple other characters that weren't even part of the movie. There's like this guy, Spin Top. Never saw him in the movie, but they released it for the set. You figured that he would release these a couple years later. The toys' quality and everything would be much better. No. They failed on that immensely.
Well, they were consistent in that way.
Yeah, it was the same quality as the ones that came out in 1983. So 6 years later, they still could not get the pattern down to making these toys. It really... And it came out in a time where, not too long after that, a new series would arise in the 90s, He-Man, which was in space. That only lasted a year and a half, and there was a reason why that lasted a year and a half. That was god-awful.
Well, that was just trying to like milk a little extra blood out of a drained corpse. I mean, there was no reason to revive it at that point.
You know your character's time is done when they are putting you in space. You know you have lived your shelf life and you are done.
Yeah, that they sent poor Jason out there. They sent
Dracula
out there, Dracula, yeah.
Leprechaun. The minute you are in space, your career is done. Wrap it up. And they would revise it again in the early 2000s, which we'll touch on that show with the newer stuff in part 2. But the space one there was not run by Filmation, because Filmation ended up claiming bankruptcy and going down the toilet after She-Ra's cartoon and everything. So a long-lived Filmation series gone. They produced like Flash Gordon, He-Man, all the other stuff, but it didn't last much longer. He-Man was the one that kept them in the sunshine. Without that, I think they fell real quick. And I believe I saw a picture somewhere of one of those Filmation buildings abandoned. I'd love to get inside that to see if there's any secret tunnels there where they're hiding figures or stuff that didn't come up. That would be pretty cool. Now, coming up very shortly, and I have to mention this before I run out of time because we're getting there. We're almost there, but I don't want to rush it. I have my very first live show of the year coming up. It's going to be in good old Massachusetts, and yours truly is going to be hosting this event. It's called Rock for a Cure, and it's going to be up in good old-fashioned Bellingham, Mass. March 14th. The doors open at 7 p.m., and it's at the Millvilles Men's Club. That's Millervilles. It's $10 per person. He raffles items and a 1 pound auction. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's on the flyer. But we're going to be up there. I'm going to be performing. It's probably going to be one of the very few appearances I'm going to be at this year, folks. So if you want to come down and check the Evil Clown out, this is the time to do it. We had a couple bands on show, but now we're down to one, the Straight Pipes. It makes me think that these guys didn't like the fact that they were performing with a clown, and they dropped off it real quick. Now, what is this charity that we are working for? Rock for a Cure, you ask. It is going towards Relay for Life, which the money goes towards all different types of cancer, not just one. So come on down, check us out. It's Millerville's Men's Club, 8 Lloyd Street, Bellingham, Mass., and that's going to be at 7 p.m. It will be rated R, so keep that in mind, kiddos. I'm not going to be doing the PG-13 friendly stuff that you guys hate, because I hate it too. So come down, have some pizza, have some drinks, have some rock and roll, support an evil cause. I think running is one of those causes I do support because it adds a challenge.
Because you like to watch your victims run from you before you close in for the kill. Let's be honest about this for once.
Thank you. Not only that, but then we get into the point with She-Ra. Who doesn't like to watch a beautiful woman run? We know it. That's why they're in horror movies, folks. So running's a good thing, and running to make sure that some devastating disease, cancer, doesn't take you is a good thing. Also, because if I'm going to go, I want to go some way cool, like an evil clown getting me, or maybe an elevator falling on top of me. That's how
we know who's going to get you in the end.
Yeah, we do. It's my wife. She's been plotting and planning, and for some reason she's been calling the insurance company a lot lately, so that's probably her. Fool you, I have no money. I'm in an insane asylum.